Hello, I'm Rick Torbett, and welcome to Better Basketball's Better Post Play with Jermaine O'Neal and Tamika Catchings. There are 3 sections in the video. The first section contains Better Post Play, 10 chapters that will develop your post game step by step. But your training doesn't end there. In the last 2 sections, Tamika Catchings and Jermaine O'Neal will describe and demonstrate what it takes to dominate the inside position at the highest levels. But even that's not all. You're going to hear how Jermaine and Tamika got to where they are today, how they stay at the top of their game, and why I think they're so valuable to their teams. Use the video like an expert personal trainer who's right there with you to explain the details and hardcore techniques. Now, the first step to becoming a better player is to see it. Learn not only how to do the right move, but why. The second step is to repeat it. Repeat that move perfectly until you can do it at game speed without thinking. Confidence comes from successful repetition. The third step is to stay motivated until you reach your goal. Here's where getting inside the head and hearts of Tamika and Jermaine will inspire you to stay focused. How you play in the post begins with what you believe about the post. Chapter 1, entitled Post Philosophy, contains thoughts and principles to develop the attitude of a winning post player. The remaining chapters in this video are arranged in the same order that I develop post players, starting with a foundation, then how to get open, and finally adding moves and counter moves. Chapter 2 on fundamentals is the single most important chapter, regardless of the level of your talent. The success of the moves in the chapters that follow are going to depend on your stance, footwork, handwork, balance, and base. These fundamentals must become a habit before you move on. What good are your moves if you can't get the ball? Chapters 3 and 4 will teach you principles and techniques for getting open against zones and man-to-man defenses. Now you're fundamentally sound and you know how to get open. But the defense can play you a number of ways. How you attack, counter, and win in the post is not only determined by your size and skills, but also how the defense plays you and where you get the ball. Chapters 5 through 9 form a teaching progression based on these factors. Chapter 5 requires no moves with the ball. Scoring before you get the ball means learning how to position yourself in such a way that you simply catch the ball in the lane and score. Chapter 6 shows you how to gain an advantage while the pass is in the air. You'll position yourself to catch with at least 1 foot in the lane. You might make some moves with the ball, but none that require dribble. In Chapter 7, you've caught the ball outside the lane with your back to the basket. 3 different sets of moves with the ball are taught: the front pivot, the step pound hop, and the step pound pivot. Again, you're in the post with your feet outside the lane. The pro stance in Chapter 8 offers you a way to face the basket while watching for open teammates and help defenders. The defense might try to force you to the high post or the short corner, but in Chapter 9, you'll find that these positions offer unique ways to score. Chapter 10 is a summary of all the moves in the video, one after the other, move and counter move, in the order in which they were taught. And now, without wasting any dribbles, let's get started with Better Basketball's Better Post Play. Keep it simple is a great philosophy in the post game. This video is going to provide you with a variety of ways to play in the post, but your job is to find what suits you and your team. Develop a go-to move, a move that can be executed quickly and confidently, and then a few counter moves. Everyone should learn the post game. If you're a guard, consider who's defending you. It's usually another guard without the experience of defending in the post. If you're that mid-sized player who can play both inside and out, then you can take the smaller, quicker defenders who give you a hard time on the perimeter into the post where you have the advantage. If you never play in the post, you can still benefit by learning how and when to get the ball inside. You don't have to score to be successful in the post. Just being a threat to score inside is enough to draw defensive help and open up the perimeter game or loosen up the defense on your teammates. A good post player forces opponents to adjust and change their defensive strategy. If your teammates throw the ball to you in the post and you turn it over or put up some kind of brick, they might not feed you again. But if something good happens every time you touch the ball in the post, the ball will continue to be thrown inside to you. You need to understand your team's system of play and what your coach is trying to accomplish. Scoring may be a second option for you in the post. You may be getting the ball inside in order to pass to 4 other cutters first, and your option to score is last. On the other hand, the entire offense might be built for you to catch and score. Know what's expected of you. If you don't know, ask. If you're going to play in the post, you must desire, crave, and demand to get the ball inside. You've got to love contact because you're playing in the war zone. What about your size, you say? It's not the size of the dog in the fight that matters. It's the size of the fight in the dog. You got to love contact to play in there. Yeah.
Well, if you don't like it, you shouldn't play the post. That is definitely something that you shouldn't do. But it's something that you just strive off of. You know, I don't care how strong you are or how weak you are. You know, contact is what makes a post player a post player.
I'll add one more thing. If you shoot under 80% from the free throw line, teams are going to pound you. They'll make it harder for you to get open. They'll chest up your favorite shoulder, and they won't think twice about hacking you on your shot. But if you shoot over 80%, they think differently about how aggressive to play you. They won't bump you quite so often when you cut to get open. They'll give you more space once you get the ball, and they'll stay off your arms when you're shooting. Trust me, life in the post will be easier if you become a great free throw shooter. Whether you're playing against a zone or a man-to-man, and regardless of where you are in the post or how you're being defended, the concepts in this chapter must become habits that you use in every situation throughout the video. Now, let's get started. The purpose of many of the moves and techniques in the video is to get you the ball in the power shot position. It's so important that it's our first fundamental. To shoot the power shot, you must be inside the lane, typically on either side of the goal. Your shoulders are parallel to the backboard. With your bump out and knees bent, keep your back straight and the ball under your chin. When you explode upward, don't release the ball directly above your head. Instead, keep the ball slightly in front of you in order to use your body for protection. A defender from behind would have to go over your back to block the shot. The best power shot is a dunk because I know you'll be going up strong. But if you can't dunk, then use the glass and put the ball in the square. Concentrate on going up strong by leaving your handprints on the backboard after your shot. If you can't touch the backboard, then go up strong and reach for it with both hands. If you fake a shot, pump only with the ball in your head while keeping your knees bent and bump out. If you straighten up with your shot fake, you lose the ability to explode. When your defender jumps, go up seeking contact on his way down. Look to plant your inside shoulder into his chest while you're both in the air, not on the ground. Lean into the contact. His force will straighten you up, and you can finish with the outside hand. Seek the contact. Don't shy away from the defender, otherwise the official won't call the foul. This is so important that it bears repeating. Whether you can draw the foul or not, always shoot with the non-contact arm. Very few players can take the contact on their shooting arm and make the shot. Go up with both arms, get the contact on the inside one, and finish the shot with the outside hand. Right hand on the right side, left hand on the left side. First, you've got to communicate verbally. As you win your position, call for the ball. The battle in the post is too tough for you to not call for the ball when you're open. The passer can get distracted by a lot of things, and you've got to get his attention back to you. When your post player calls for the ball, give it to him. Don't pump the pass. Are you sure? It's too late then. No post player can hold his seal and stay open forever. In order to score, you must have the ball. In order to get the ball, you got to get open. Some post players think they're open and can't understand why the ball's not passed into them. It's because they don't look open. You must communicate visually that you're open and you want the ball. Throughout the video, you're going to learn to communicate that you're open, to demand the ball with your hands, your stance, your voice, with everything you've got. And for 1 or 2 seconds, you've got to control the defender and stay open. We're going to look at lots of techniques to get open in chapters 3 and 4. But once you get open, good defenders are not going to just lie down and die. They're going to battle to win the position back. You've got to hold your seal, meaning stay open long enough for the pass to be delivered. You've got to keep what you got. Stay wide and control the defender by feeling him on your backside and moving your feet. Keep your elbows wide and make it difficult for the defender to get around you. Sit in the invisible chair. This base gives you great balance and makes you heavy and difficult to move. Show the passer the numbers on your jersey. If the ball can see your numbers, you're open. If the defender's foot is over yours, he's winning. You must step over it, put your power base on his thigh or knee, and drive him off balance. Winning the foot battle first will make winning the arm battle easier. Don't lean back and try to do this with your shoulders and back, or you'll lose your balance. Keep your head over the line of your knees and use your bump. If you allow the defender to put his arm in the passing lane, then he might deflect the pass or discourage the pass from being thrown in the first place. Let's first look at what you cannot do according to the officials and compare it with the legal way to get your defender's arm out of the passing lane. Remember, always show the officials your hands. You can't push his arm down, but you can raise up your own arms. You can't knock his arm out of the way, but you can put your blade into the bend of his elbow and hold the position. If you miss his elbow, you might be tempted to reach around your waist to hold him, but instead, just find his armpit with your elbow. In the pro stance, don't use the inside arm to push off with. Don't extend the elbow. It's a foul. Keep the bend in your elbow and use your arm bar on his chest to create width and space between the defender and your receiving hand. 2 more techniques for you to consider. If the defender puts his arm on top of yours, you can control the arm with a bicep clamp. If the defender puts his arm under yours, you can use the armpit clamp and accomplish the same thing. Were these last 2 techniques offensive fouls? It depends on how the officials view it. The battle for space in the post borders on violation of displacement rules anyway. But in reality, the officials let you play up to a certain point. This type of arm battle falls in the same category. If possible, catch in a hop in order to have either foot as a pivot. Having a choice of pivot feet gives you the ability to attack in either direction. As soon as the ball hits your hands, before your feet hit the ground, touch your chin to your shoulder. This habit enables you to read the lane over your top shoulder. Perhaps you have a good position with a good stance, but your defender has a long reach and might still deflect the pass. Don't be scared to give up some space to safely catch the ball. It might be worth it to secure the pass. When you can, hold the ball under your chin against your chest. Your chest is like a third hand on the ball. With your elbows out, you've got a secure grip on the ball. It's hard for a defender to steal. But that can be exaggerated to the point of slowing you down. If you pivot to shoot with your hands on the side of the ball, you'll have to shift your hands to shoot. Instead, like all players, catch the ball with your hands in shooting position. The ball is still tight, but there are no hand shifts when you make the move to shoot. If you have trouble catching the ball with one hand, then it's simple. Don't do it. Catch with two hands. But if you find yourself using one hand as an arm bar and you're in the pro stance, then here's the technique. While you protect the pass with your arm bar, stop the ball with your target hand and then pull it in. Have a soft hand when you stop the ball. Let your hand absorb the pass. Don't flex your hand when catching. Get strong with the ball only after you pull it in. After you've stopped the fly of the ball with your target hand, trap and chin the ball with two hands. Can you hear the stop and the trap? In the pro stance, if the ball is thrown outside of your reach, put your weight on the outside foot and drag the inside foot while you stretch for the ball. Once you catch the pass, you can shift your weight back to both feet, but dragging the inside foot has kept you as close to the goal as possible. The line from the ball to the basket is typically the best position to post up and receive the ball. Your defender will try to keep you off the line. This position gives the ball a good passing window and gives you a good line of attack on the basket. Regardless of the zone offense that your team is running, and regardless of the zone defenses that you're attacking, there are principles of getting open that will work in all situations. Now, details and technique of how to score once you get the ball are the same here as they will be against a man-to-man. So we'll look at the actual scoring later. For now, just consider that if you don't know where your best chances are to receive the ball against the zone, then all the moves will be for nothing. Cut early or cut late, but don't move when the zone moves. If you cut as the zone shifts, the defenders can see you and cover you. If you move before or after the zone shifts, it's easier to work behind the defenders where they're blind to your movement, and it's easier to spot holes or gaps between the defenders.
If you want to find out ways on getting the ball in the zone, wait until the ball is rotated from this wing to that wing, or from this wing to the top, because the defense has to shift. And that's the best way of catching the ball in a crowded area is when the defense is shift, because when the defense is shift, it's open areas where you can just step in and take up the space.
This might be the single best principle against the zone. Let's look at two examples. First, the post cuts early before the zone shifts. And here, he waits for the zone to shift, sees the opening, and then flashes into it. Here is another example of moving before the zone shifts. Wait on the weak side, away from the ball. As soon as ball reversal begins, the center of the zone will begin to shift. Step to him and set your screen. You want to catch the center as deep in the lane as possible, perhaps even under the go. If you can put your defender under the goal, then two good things happen. First, your shot is as close to the basket as possible. And second, the rim and the net will provide you with added protection against having your shot blocked. The shot blocker will hit the rim or hang his hand in the net if he tries to go after the ball. Hunt the horizontal seam between the top and bottom defenders in the zone. There's also a vertical seam in some zones like this 1-2-2. Wait for the ball to go up top and then break into the seam. One of the most vulnerable areas against the zone is the short corner. It's defined as the triangle drawn from the block to the midpoint between the lane and the arc. Work behind the zone. and attack the short corner when the baseline defender goes out to the wing. We'll look at the actual moves used to attack and score from this position in Chapter 9. The best players not only have great effort, they have intelligent effort. They know where to pick their battles. Here are the best places and best ways to get open against a man-to-man defense. Anytime you set a screen, you have an opportunity to get open. Defenders of both the screener and the cutter are going to alter their positions in an attempt to handle the situation. Whether they switch or not, you have a chance to catch one of them out of position, seal them behind you, and receive the ball. Here are a couple of examples. You find yourself setting a cross screen for a teammate. After the defense plays the cutter, open up and seal the remaining defender. Simply catch, go up, and use the rim for protection. Or maybe you see the chance to post up before your defender does. While he's handling the down screen, catch him off guard, step through a reverse pivot, get your seal, and call for the ball. Sometimes you can fake the screen away, and if your defender comes with you, he's vulnerable to be sealed. Here, she's defended on the baseline side. And here, he's defended on the top side. When the ball is being passed from the wing to up top, there is a prime scoring opportunity down the center of the lane, north-south. So often, perimeter players have a habit of swinging the ball east-west without looking north-south down the gut of the lane for your duck in. Great post players almost have a sixth sense about where the ball is going to be passed and how they can position themselves to take advantage of it. Beating your opponent to the position is a habit. Learn to anticipate where the ball is going and if it can see you. Then make your move before the defense changes his position. Now, based on your defender, there are 3 ways to execute the duck in. If your defender is the type who doesn't turn but stays in an open stance to the ball, quickly collapse his arm bar with your top hand and swim over with the baseline arm. Exaggerate the swim to draw the official's attention away from your other hand. Step through and sit down. Step toward the baseline as if you're going behind your defender. If he turns with you, his back to the ball, then take a cheat step with your top leg, hit and lift his arm on the triceps with your baseline arm, and step all the way across his body with the baseline leg. If you don't use a cheat step, many times you only get half a seal and the defender can recover. The cheat step is a short step with your top leg to get you closer to your defender. Using the cheat step allows you to step completely across the defender with your next step. If your defender tries to chest you or in some way gets body to body with you, then plant your top foot between his, reverse pivot, and spin to your wide, low, invisible chair stance. Keep the defender under the goal if you can. Usually, a good defender will play off of you when the ball is on the other side of the court. When the ball is passed to your side, he's going to return to get defensive position on you. The principle here is to go make your seal while he is still in helping position. What I mean is to step toward your defender while the ball is in the air, make contact while he is still deep in the lane, and open up for the ball. Don't wait and let him get proper positioning. Go get him. Now, if you have the space to step through with your bottom foot and shoot or swim your arm over, then you can turn and make your seal without taking your eyes off of the ball. But if your defender sees you or feels you and begins to fight his way around you, A reverse pivot to either side will allow you to maintain contact and complete your seal. The ball is up top and headed to your side of the floor. Start the classic leg whip by taking a cheat step between his feet with your outside foot. Now follow up by whipping your inside leg and arm across his body. Try to get the back of your leg on his thigh. If you can, then you have him beat. If you don't take the cheat step, you'll not get complete